Welcome? Maybe? Okay, we are here. Hey, welcome everyone to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders. This is a live streaming video podcast by Star Wars
Obviously.
fans for Star Wars fans. Yeah, very live. Today we're continuing our spoiler-filled review of Star Wars The Bad Batch, Season 3, Episodes 7 through 9.
Yeah.
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 So there's some weird stuff I think that happened in these last 3 episodes that bears a conversation. These were released between March 13th and March 27th of this year on Disney Plus, and my initial thoughts are there are elements that I actually kind of enjoy, and then there's other elements that I'm over. I'm over it.
Yeah. No, same. Like, that's the thing. It's finally getting to the point where it's feeling like the Clone Wars, and then Omega and whatever the fucking dog thing is show up, and it just takes me right back out.
Yeah. It sort of reminds me when I was a kid and Ghostbusters came out. I loved it because it was a bunch of like smart assy, subtle humored adults going on this wild adventure. And now everything seems to be just kids. Everything's kids. Kids are going on adventures. Kids are doing things. Kids, and all the adults are just like fucking idiot automatons doing stupid idiot adult things.
Yeah.
At what point do we actually get adults going on damn adventures? Which, like when I was watching Star Wars for the first time. Yeah, Luke was a kid, but he was older than I was, so he was an adult.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was fucking what, 19 years old?
Yeah, 1920. When you're an 11-year-old kid,
legal adult.
Like, that's a straight up man going on man adventures with another man, Han Solo, and a woman. So it wasn't like all these little kiddie things. Even Ahsoka, she doesn't even seem like an adult. She seems like a teenager. Like, none of the Star Wars stuff feels like there's actually adults that are competent in any way.
Yeah.
It's always kids that are the ones coming and saving them and rescuing the day, which was never a thing in cartoons when I was a kid. Never.
No, because why?
Yeah, because it makes
not
no
believable.
sense. So I just don't understand why they're going down this weird route with everything today.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
Yeah. So that's my initial thoughts. Weird.
Yeah.
So the first episode we'll talk about is Extraction. This is the second half of the one when they were sort of discovered by the secret agents like CX2 or whatever. And then they tried to escape. It was like this... it wasn't like a mining colony. It was like a hideout place. Like there was nothing special about it except it had this super tall shaft that apparently they had to run down.
Yeah.
There's no like repulsor lifts or elevators or
ropes. Yeah, that was the thing I didn't quite understand about it. Is it's like it's fully functional. There's power to the place, but they move a thing and okay, well, here's a secret part of it that's not even really a secret part of it. It's real weird. I mean, I guess I've lived in buildings like that where there's sections of the building that are like completely blocked off, but there's still power and shit to it. It's just really weird and really creepy, and you don't go there because you might fall and die. So yeah, it was an interesting thing.
Yeah, what did you think about CX as a character, like this sort of assassin that's like a clone trooper that's been specially trained, but like there's something different about them? I don't know if it's just the torture or something. They're more mechanical.
They were brainwashed, I guess. I don't know.
Be more
That's the thing. I don't understand the thought process behind taking an elite soldier, kidnapping them, even though they're on your side, and then brainwashing them even more to make them even more elite and more on your side. I don't know. And he's not even an elite fucking soldier. Like, all it is he's got some different gear, and half of it doesn't even work because he got a building dropped on him. It's fucking stupid, I thought.
So I thought that character was a little bit odd because I didn't understand what made him better and why he could go solo to do things when whole battalions are like waiting to help. He's like, no, I've got it. Like, what makes you think you've never caught them so far? Like, what makes you think you could do it? Makes no sense.
Yeah, that was the thing. And The thing that kept getting me was he kept going to his faulty equipment thinking that it's going to work now. I was like, dude, did they not train you to think?
They brainwashed the think out.
I guess that must be what it is.
Brainwashed the think out of him. And then we get, like, they finally get caught by this clone trooper platoon, I guess. And Wolf steps out, and Rex is like, "Sup, bro?" And Wolf's like, "Sup. So we can go, right?" He's like, "Dope." He just lets him go.
That shit.
What?
That was so fucking stupid. It's like, I understand that you guys are like, oh, we're brothers. No, you're not brothers. You're fucking clones. There's a very big difference. But it's like one side of the clones, they took away the chip. They don't have the mind control thing. The other ones do. Does the mind control thing not work anymore, I guess?
That's a really good question.
Does it just like short out after Order 66? Then what's the whole point of having them take it out?
Yeah. That ruins Crosshair's entire story arc.
Completely.
if the brain chip don't work no more.
Well, I mean, so he took his out too, though. That's the thing, is he took it out, but he stuck with it because that was his training and that was his whole ordeal.
Yeah, but when he had it in, he was like more full gung-ho than even the other ones were.
That's
and
true.
So that means Wolf, who presumably still has it in his head, should be full gung-ho.
Yeah,
he shouldn't give a fuck about Rex. He just be like, "Look, you're going against the Empire, so no, I'm not gonna let you go. What am I, fucking idiot?"
Yeah, and then to immediately afterwards be like, "Oh, let's clean up the bodies." Oh, they're traitors. Yeah, but they're clones. It's so fucking what? Where is this all coming from? You're gonna go back to the fucking Empire, like you didn't change your mind about anything.
Yeah.
The other thing that I thought was stupid was Crosshair. Like, he could not shoot somebody with a fucking blaster bolt, which is pure energy, doesn't have to deal with, physics of any kind.
Right.
It's like pointing a laser at something. Even if there's shit in the way, it's still going to get there. But yet, motherfucker can snipe a thermal detonator and get right next to him. It's like, come on.
A tennis ball sized object.
Yeah, that's flat. Mind you, and it lands flat, so that means there's a shit ton of air resistance. Whatever, it was dumb.
Very, very odd. The ending of that whole episode, like leading up to the ending, I was like, "Ooh, are they gonna have real stakes? This is gonna be kind of cool." If
I was
dies.
excited to see either. Well, I mean, we know Rex doesn't die, so that obviously wasn't gonna happen. But oh my god, we're gonna see Wolf die.
Yeah, or I thought Crosshair might die from CX when they were like in the waterfall and like fighting to the death and stuff over the right at the precipice of the edge. I was just like, oh, cool. This would be awesome. Like, he finally gets back with his friends and then he dies trying to help them escape. That would be a noble end.
Yeah.
But no.
Nope, nobody dies.
Of course not. Literally
even,
no one. Not even the bad
not even
guy.
CX. So there was zero stakes. He just fell down a waterfall and landed. It's like, ouch. Oh, I guess I'll try my calm again.
Yeah. Have you watched the most recent episodes?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I won't say anything then. But it makes me question, were they actually thinking about these as an entire like season, or were they just doing it like 2 episodes at a time? Because it doesn't seem like
that's kind of what it feels like.
Thinking about it very much, because we're retreading a lot of old ground over and over again.
That's all it is. Like the series in a whole.
Yeah.
It is just repetition.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing new, nothing cool.
It was funny in the training one we'll get to at the last episode. When they're training, I'm like, there's gonna be a big sea monster that pops up. And then a big sea monster pops up. It's like, this is so predictable. How there's always gonna be a big monster in every other episode that they have to defeat or get away from somehow. And it just happens every single time. I'm tired of the fucking. You should not have it so obvious that we know what's going to happen before it even happens.
Yeah, there's nothing exciting about it. Well, I mean, okay. Let me take that back. It's not exciting per the story arc.
Right.
But, I mean, atomic squid turtles, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I thought that was weird. I could not get behind that weird creature. So there was elements in this episode I liked. I liked the idea of like potential conflict, and then they just shit the bed.
Yeah,
like,
there's
fuck, man.
No payoff. Like, oh no, you're surrounded by other clones that are still loyal to the Empire. You're fucked.
Yeah.
And then, nope. And for none of Wolf's crew to be like, hey man, you're fucking up. I should take over. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
what the fuck?
As soldiers, you're always taught to follow lawful orders and complete the mission.
Hmm.
No questions asked. It doesn't matter. You do your best to bring everyone back with you, but if you have to, sacrifice yourself for the mission, you do it. You complete the mission. That's the point.
Hmm.
These are clones, so they don't even consider it. They just execute. And in this particular
Hmm.
case, literally the only case in the entire Clone Wars, they were like, I'll think for myself and decide not to do my mission. End orders.
Yeah.
End. Period.
Even though they already knew who they were going after.
Yeah,
They
it
were
wasn't
there
a
specifically
surprise.
for that reason. Like, they
Ugh.
weren't just like dropped off like, hey, here's the target. You need to catch the target. And then they come across them and they're like, oh, I can't do that. No, they knew who the fuck they were going after. They were tracking them this whole episode. Like,
Yeah. And they were specially requisitioned just to get that girl. And that's it. And they had her and they let her go.
hmm
Like, do we not know whether he gets executed when he gets back to the base? Because he should be executed.
yeah, they should all be
It's
executed.
the Empire. And like, that's what they do. They don't fuck around.
Hmm.
They'll give you 3 chances. Yeah, so I thought that was weird. The next episode was Bad Territory. And this is where the Bad Batch is trying their best to get back to the place that they just got away from.
Hmm.
The Crosshair and I don't know, Kiwi girl. I can't remember her name.
Omega.
Escaped from. Why do you want to go back? Because you want to save other clones that have already been trained to kill you? It makes no sense to me at all.
Not at all.
Like, there's tons of clones out there in the world. That doesn't mean they're good. That doesn't mean they're family or friends.
Hmm.
They're just other soldiers ready to kill you. And you're like, let's go back to them.
Well, and that's the thing too. It's like, presumably all those clones that are being kept are either A, there for testing, for their M count, because we have no fucking clue what M count is. Or B, they're there to be trained to be CX agents.
Yeah.
The first one, they're going to get murdered.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as they are useless, they're gone. Or if they're useful, brainwashed, thrown in some goofy gear, and sent out with some faulty shit. Like, there's no reason to fucking save these people. And realistically, they're probably better off in the care of the Empire. Like, if they are still useful soldiers, they're going to be used until the rapid aging takes in, and then, whatever, they're
That was
retired.
the whole point of last season, was that the clones were being discarded and they weren't getting health care and they weren't being taken care of. In this particular case, yes, it's poorly, but it's the only way to get taken care of as a clone.
Yeah.
So
3 squares and a bed. I mean, that's better than most people have.
yeah, especially people like on the run, actively trying to get back to where they once belonged.
Yeah, so it was stupid. And it's like,
strange.
my notes with this, it was so light because there really wasn't shit. Like, we finally get to see Wrecker do what Wrecker is intended to do, but Rambo does it better. Or sorry, fucking Hunter, there we go.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's
up.
literally a demolition and explosives expert. Why is Hunter doing it better than him?
Yeah.
That he's pointless. He's comic relief, and he's not even fucking funny.
He's definitely treated like comic relief, and it's always something like, "Oh, get me more food!" Ha ha.
Yeah, it's
like,
stupid.
What?
Well, and then the
Who thinks
motherfucker
this is
does
funny?
like he just now understands what a bounty hunter is.
Yeah.
You only do this for money. Yeah, because she's a fucking bounty hunter. You stupid fuck.
Dumbass.
Why are you going to see her? Because she's a bounty hunter. Yeah.
Because she will do what you ask for money. You fucking idiot.
Yeah, it was.
It was crazy. I mean, what did you think about seeing Shand again?
I don't care. Like, the thing is, at this point, and with the next episode especially, they're pointless cameos.
They really are.
Like, they really add nothing to the story other than, hey, you remember this character that you liked in something? That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, it's not awesome. This was not good.
I thought it was funny that they just ended up in Florida. Or like Louisiana.
Yeah.
They were just going through the bayou. Like the end of that whole episode. It's like you're fighting crocodiles in a swamp? Why don't you fly your spaceship over it, rappel down to the dude's hut, and get him? I don't understand why you're doing this whole gymnastics thing.
Yeah, and it's like, they weren't even space gators. They were just regular ass alligators. Like, you guys are elite soldiers, and Fennec Shand is an expert bounty hunter / expert sniper. And you guys are getting your ass kicked by him? Oh, wait, no, sorry. You're able to jump on it and punch it, so that took it out. Oh, so
It's
stupid.
so funny. I was just like, why did we go to this southern America? I don't understand.
Yeah.
We went to the southern states. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I guess that's a thing now. Space swamp. And they even use the skiff boat. Why? I don't understand. What the fuck is going on? Why are they doing this old technology when they're bounty hunters trying to collect a bounty on a lizard guy who lives there, who is like uncatchable, like this guy, and then they just like catch him. Like Fennec Shand gets the clones in order to help her capture them. They fail, and then she just captures them. Why'd you need them? To punch an alligator in the head?
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
You don't even have to be in there. She needed them to clear mines. But the only reason why you have to clear mines is if you're going to take a boat down a goddamn river. You have a spaceship!
Well, not only she has the fucking spaceship, she has where he's at.
Yeah! She has his fucking house address.
Yeah, that's like...
So funny.
That would be like me getting an Uber to go to the train station, to get down to your neck of the woods, to get an Uber to get to your place, just to have my wife come pick me up.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Why spend 4 hours when you could just get there?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So that whole episode was strange. I don't know why you go to someone, they're like, well, I don't know how to do it, but I probably have a connection that can, so just trust me. No, how about you give us the face-to-face with that person, and we'll talk to them, because I don't trust you because you're a fucking bounty hunter.
Right? Well, not only that, like, ethics aside, it's a business transaction.
Yeah.
A equals B, C is the outcome. I work for you, A. We finish the mission, that's B. C is you fucking pay me. And, oh, yeah, well, I mean, I know somebody might know something about it. I'll send them your way. No. Why don't you fucking talk to them right now? You know, we got these fancy little comms. You can just go, boop, 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 boop. Hey, bitch, you know what this means? No? Okay. Yeah.
It's so dumb. This was the first, like, 100% filler episode. There's been other episodes that are, like, half fillers, but this is, like, a full filler. There's no reason to even go to Fennec Shand.
No.
You might as well just put up a bounty on, like, information. Or go to, like, a library and figure it out.
Well, and especially because this point was moot. Like, the only thing that happened, which, I mean, I'm assuming we're done with this, so we can go on to the next episode. Like, the only thing is she got Asajj Ventress in contact with them. That was it. And then they still have to do a bounty for fucking Asajj to get the answers. And it's like, these people are the worst fucking bounty hunters ever. They don't understand the concept of, I do this, you pay me. They're just like, oh, well, I guess I got to do this now.
So the Harbinger is the latest episode where we see Asajj Ventress for the first time, and it was set up as if there's like a big snake creature or something in a cave, or you know, some sort of weird monster, because the dog's freaking out. Well, why is the dog creature freaking out? It's just another spaceship, and you don't even see Asajj at first. So even if it was Asajj, what does she smell, like pussy or something? Like, I understand what's so bad about her. She's not a Sith. She's never been a Sith. She was an apprentice, but that was as good as it got. Now, she's talented. She went toes frequently with Obi-Wan. And Obi-Wan's one of the best sword fighters in the whole fucking galaxy. So, so mad props to her for that. And I dig the character. I've always liked her.
I love the character, but it was a waste.
And there was a big to-do about her already being dead and then her coming back. It didn't bother me. Like, I understand lore, but Disney has been breaking their own canon since day one.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even give a fuck. Like, I just accepted it.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, okay. I guess she's not dead anymore.
Yeah.
You guys remember that book that you guys wrote? Yeah, you do? Okay. No, you don't? All right. Okay.
All right, I guess they know books exist. They're like, we write them, but we don't understand why people read them and think that it should have bearing on anything else.
Right. Yeah, and the whole idea that, oh, well, I'm going to make her do some trials to see if she has an M count.
Yeah.
No, M count is literally just a fucking blood test. You prick the finger, you go beep, boop, boop. And then it goes, oh, yes, midi-chlorian count is high. We know. We saw it in Phantom fucking Menace.
Yeah. And we saw him do it to Omega and all the other clones already episodes ago.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense. And then how would she know Jedi training techniques? She's not a fucking Jedi. She's never been a Jedi. She never went to Jedi training.
Nope.
It was Dooku who fucking grabbed her and taught her shit. And I guarantee he didn't do old school Jedi techniques.
Well, there was that one homeboy that she was hanging out with that was Jedi trained at Coruscant, if I remember correctly. So she might have picked some shit up there.
But book or something.
Yeah. But
Voss,
I mean, even what's that?
Quinlan Voss.
Yes.
That was it.
Yes. But even then, it's like, why? And none of these tests were done at the fucking Jedi Temple. Like, can you balance? Can you hold still? Yep. Clearly, you got a huge M count. Hey, can you find a really distinctly different colored flower than the others? Clearly high M count.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I thought I was watching Karate Kid 2 for a minute. When she was sitting there on the rock at the beach. I was like, wait a second. I've seen this scene before. Huh.
Well, I don't get it either, too, because it's like she understands meditation. Like she was trying to teach Crosshair meditation. It's the same fucking thing. Like, why can't you do that?
Yeah, she already knows how to do that. What the fuck? She was teaching Crosshair. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and that was the
ridiculous.
Same episode. That was the same fucking episode.
Oh my god.
I think.
No, I think there's one before that.
Okay. That's right.
Before we continue, I do want to go back to the last episode because I did think that there was something interesting that they did, and I liked how they treated Crosshair's PTSD and his hands shaking and his inability to fully concentrate and aim like he used to. Like he's got PTSD. He's suffering from like being a prisoner and torture and just all the craziness of the entire lifestyle change that he's been forced to sort of adopt with the realization that the Empire don't give a fuck about him. Yeah. So I liked that they highlighted that for at least half of an episode where he was struggling with it and then she tried to help him with it a little bit. I actually really liked that aspect. I mean, that was the strength of the previous season, was how they dealt with the veterans clone troopers and in the Senate, how they're trying to find some sort of support because it echoes what we experience in our real world.
Yeah, that's real life.
And so it makes it interesting and relatable.
Yeah.
Everything else is totally unrelatable. And so it's very uninteresting to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to this with the tests. I thought they were just totally ridiculous. And then the last one, was she trying to get Omega to like summon a bunch of fish? Like what was the point of hers?
And the thing is, that doesn't even make sense. Because, I mean, she does explain that, some people with high M counts, they can control wildlife and shit like that. And it's like, that's cool and all. But, like, unless you are a natural to that, just, like with Anakin Skywalker and mechanics, like that was his special power. Or even, I mean, Legends, but, grandson Anakin, he was the same way. Unless you're like that, like you are literally born with that special power that is just inside of you, you can't do stuff without training. She has literally had zero training, like, be it for, specifically just force powers or specifically Jedi training. Like she's had none of it. So it's like, what do you expect? Yeah.
And how is that supposed to tell you how potent the M count is in her blood? Like that is the part, like that was the whole point. You just have to test her with your blood tester and you'll know.
And not only that, like if you're force sensitive, you will have reaction with other force sensitive people unless they're shielding themselves from it. That is still canonical. Like even with all of Disney's shit, unless you're masking it, you're literally just projecting it by existing. So just being in the mere presence of her, she's going to know whether she has, a high midi-chlorian count or not. So yeah, it's just fucking pointless.
Yeah, the whole testing thing was very, very strange to me. And especially like before they even got to that testing, when she sent her up to the top of the mountain for the flower, and the guys were like, "Oh, that's Asajj Ventress. She's an assassin. Oh, we better kill her." What? Why? You guys are ex-Imperial soldiers, and you're not current Imperial soldiers. She's clearly not trying to murder anyone. Why the hell are you just going to suddenly attack her out of nowhere?
Well, and not only that, she's literally there to pay you.
Yeah.
What you were supposed to be paid. Like that's what you got. That is your payment for the mission that you performed. Oh, you got to kill her because she was bad at one point. It's like, You were all bad
Yeah.
at one point. Some of you are still arguably bad.
Yeah.
That's so fucking dumb. Like I equally hated that shit as much as I loved it. Not the fighting, the arguing, but like the actual like physical altercation. That shit was great.
I
And
love
the whole
seeing her whip
time,
their ass.
all she's doing is showing them, I can kill you right now. I am not. I am
Yeah.
different than you.
Yeah, it was so great. It was
Yeah.
so great to see her just whip their asses
Mhm.
over and over again. I know there's gonna be like some fucking crybaby guys who are like, a girl can't beat up Wrecker. Yeah, she can. She's
Yeah,
such fucking
she can't.
ventress.
That's the thing. She's force sensitive. Yes, he's a big guy, but guess what? Big guys that like size doesn't mean shit. I've taken down people bigger than me. It's all about knowing how to fucking take somebody down.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
she has the force.
Yeah, and she is an exceptional force user.
Yeah.
Like, if nothing else is taken away from it, that is something you should know. Yeah.
Like she was taking on Anakin Skywalker with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Like she is a super badass. And I don't know. I loved seeing her whip ass because she's a great character.
Mhm.
I loved even that she's, I guess, technically dead in a novel. They're bringing her back for some reason or other. I don't care. I like her. I like seeing her. I'm happy. We already have so many people coming back or not dying from lightsabers in the gut or, you know, like all like ridiculous reasons for people to still be alive. So if by not giving us a reason is probably the best possible way.
Yeah. Don't even acknowledge it.
Yeah.
It's like that does seem to be the problem is if they sort of acknowledge something and then try to work their way around it, then it's just like, God, come on, you guys aren't even really trying to do any mental gymnastics. It's like, just tell us, nope, she's alive. We'll accept it. We'll move on.
I did like how she was hinting that she might consider, and I think she was just fucking with them, but she might consider taking Omega for safety and training. Because the truth is these guys, they're not going to train her. She's a Grogu. You know, she has latent talent, possibly. None of them can help her refine it or understand it, just like Mandalorian couldn't. And then, you know, if she does go off to train, she's just going to want to come back anyway because they're her dads, you know, her brother/dads. So it's the family. Like she's not going to want to leave it no matter what. So none of it matters at all. You're not going to give us a Jedi Omega out of nowhere because one, no one fucking wants that. And we're not going to suddenly see a bunch of Jedi popping up because this is an era when they're supposed to be extinct. So why even bother with this storyline at all? Like, what's the benefit of it?
Well, and that's the problem too, is like this whole series, it's been flip-flopping of, is she force sensitive? Is she not? Is she not?
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter. We're not going to get her in any of the fucking movies. This is the final season, presumably. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time they've brought back a series that was dead because it was a cash cow. Yeah. But it's like, why? It's like, why? We don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what did you think about her Ventress lying about the M count that she just felt, I guess? She's like, I mean, you're not really talented, but she's talented.
It made sense because it's like, she's like, you know, oh yeah, no, you don't got shit to worry about. Well, you should probably fucking hide. Like, that's the smartest thing to do because you already get a kid that thinks she's invincible. And then you give her that superpower that's going to boost her up even more. So she's going to fucking get reckless and kill herself. And she's surrounded by nothing but people that she's mentally superior to. So it's like, if she doesn't get herself killed, they'll get her killed.
I just thought it was so strange because the whole reason they're on the run from the Empire is that they know she has a high M count. That's the whole reason. They want her because though. They don't know that she has a high M count? That was the whole thing.
No. She can guess because she was the only one that was actually privy to that shit. Or did they? I can't remember.
I thought someone said that she had a high M count.
No, that's right.
Why they
Echo. It was Echo when they had the data pad. He went through it. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
And so she already knows that she has a high M count. And then Asajj is just like, no, you don't. And she's like, well, then why the hell are they after me? Why do I
Yeah.
think I have this? What is happening? And she storms off to go eat some weenies.
Well, yeah, and you know what? And that's the fucking thing. She never answered their goddamn question. The whole thing, like the last 2 episodes, was them trying to find out what the fuck M count means.
Well, she did mention it was midichlorians in the blood.
Did she?
I think so.
Oh, I guess I
It's
must have
tough
blanked
because
them out.
we know the lore, and so we could just intuit the answers on behalf of the characters as we're watching it without realizing that the characters probably never fucking said it.
Yeah.
And we're just like, oh, well, we already know. So we'll fill in the gaps, even though the show may or may not.
Yeah.
And that makes it a little bit frustrating, too, because our remembering the episode, how much of it is us filling in gaps versus
Yeah.
the show actually not presenting the information.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But I do like that she's like, you need to get the fuck out of Dodge because you're not safe. You can't hide anywhere for long because they'll find you. And I love that idea that there's nowhere in the galaxy that you can go that the Empire's not going to find you.
Yeah.
They're actively searching for you. It's not like, I mean, they found the fucking rebellion on Hoth.
Yeah.
And no one even wanted to do it. If Vader didn't happen to be standing there at that one moment when that data information came in, they never would have found them because the galaxy is fucking huge.
Yeah.
And so, like, if they can find them on Hoth in the middle of fucking nowhere, they're going to find Omega. She's just in the regular galaxy core. Of course they're going to find her.
Well, and the thing is, too, like, none of them are low key.
Yeah.
They are all very distinct looking clones who made their armor even more distinct looking.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys are not hiding at all. You're basically standing out in the open with your fucking full plumage out, like, hey, guys, come get me. So, yeah.
Peacocks with their feathers just like fluttering.
Pretty much. It's like, don't shoot, don't shoot.
Why do you keep finding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very strange. So I don't know. I mean, were there elements that stuck out in any of these 3 episodes that you really enjoyed?
I mean, I like I said, I loved Asajj being back and her fucking up the clones because that was great, especially because she's not. She was purely defensive and just fucking toying with them. And I loved seeing that. That was great. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
These last 3 episodes, that was about the only part that I'm like, this is fucking cool.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked in the second episode we covered today, I liked the PTSD references. In the first episode we covered, I actually liked the fight at the top of the waterfall between Crosshair and the CX assassin guy.
Yeah,
but
that was pretty intense.
It just didn't end well, but I liked the fight because at the time I was like, oh shit, it's coming. You know, I was like really into it. I was like, oh, he's gonna fucking drown. Oh my gosh, they're going over there waterfall. But then it just ended. I was just like, farts.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, even prior to that, like when they were going out, like trying to get the fuck out of this tower, and they can clearly see both sides are closing in. It's like this feels like old Clone Wars, like the suspense, the music, and that was like, I mean, that was the real winner out of this last 3 episodes was the ambiance of the music. Like it, yeah, there were cool elements, but again, it's like my biggest takeaway from the last 3 episodes was. Like every time it started to feel like an OG Clone Wars episode, Omega and Snapper, whatever the fuck the dog is, they would pop up and immediately just be like, oh, okay, never mind. I'm still watching this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. Least favorite, is something so egregious that stood out to you?
You know, that's the thing. At least there wasn't that. Hold on, let me look up. I'm trying to remember if I
hold my beer. I might find it.
Yeah. I mean, basically the worst thing I had was, fuck training Omega. Yeah, I mean that was really.
You wrote that.
Yeah, I was not a happy camper at the end of that
awesome.
episode. It was
awesome.
It was like 2 a.m. I'm tired and grumpy. I'm like, I should have just gone to bed. This is stupid. Yeah, no, I mean nothing was terrible. It just wasn't good.
Yeah. For me, Wolf giving up Omega and Rex, that was like a straw that broke the camel's back. It made no sense to me. I was just like, fuck you. Like, you're going against everything you've told us, which makes the Bad Batch different. Just making it normal. So then why the fuck do they care? So that really bothered me. The whole Bayou thing, I thought was so weird and out there and ridiculous. Like it felt too non-Star Warsy to me.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
that stood out. And then I thought the whole fucking sea creature pacification thing was just like a tired trope we've seen 1,000 times in these cartoons. We don't need it again.
No, definitely not. And this isn't even like the first time we've seen Asajj do it either. Like that would be the thing, is if this was the first time she's ever done that, then oh wow, that's cool. She can talk to animals. But we've seen that shit before in the Clone Wars, because I swear to God, there was a moment when she was with the Dathomiri and the Night Sisters and shit, and she calmed down a Rancor and rode it or something. Like, I could have swore that happened. I could be wrong.
Oh, if that's a thing, I need to refind it, because that would be dope.
Yeah, I could be wrong, because it's been a great many years since I've watched the Clone Wars in its entirety. But like, I swear to God, when she was with them, she had to do something along those lines. So, I mean, even if she didn't, like, still, cool. Angry creature, no angry, no more. Yay.
Yeah, we saw it a ton. We saw it in Mandalorian. We saw it in Star Wars Rebels. It's just like a trope.
It's pretty much in everything. Every fucking Star Wars iteration, we see it. And it just loses power each time we see it.
So now that we see Asajj Ventress leave, they still want to go find this planet and rescue these other clone troopers. What are your hopes for future episodes in here?
I hope that it ends with them getting to that planet, and then the planet gets glassed by the Empire with them on it. Like, that's not going to happen.
No.
But I can hope that will happen.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with any sort of desired outcome on this, because we never see any of them again in anything that's set up right after this time period. So I don't know how they're going to try to shoehorn them into some other stories in the future. Like, the best possible outcome to me would be the same way that we were reflecting on Resistance Season 2, where they just fly into a mountain and crash and die.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the best possible outcome. Like, they're just destroyed by the Empire, and then we're just forced to go like, golf clap. Good job. That was amazing. Like, I can't believe you went there, Disney. Congratulations. But that won't happen. There'll be some weird, happy fucking ending with dogs and Omega being a Jedi, and I don't know. There'll be some strange, like, time jump, probably, like we got with Rebels, to set up some future episode or movie of a new series or something.
Yeah.
Just, like, I don't give a fuck that much with these people.
No.
This whole series started out pretty good, and it's just, like, dwindling.
Yeah, that's the hard part, is, like, that first introduction. That was great.
It was pretty dope.
it was basically a Clone Wars movie that wasn't a movie.
Yeah.
And then it just went all downhill from there.
100%. All right. Was there anything else you wanted to cover with these episodes?
I think we got it.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in live or after the fact. We invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified about upcoming episodes, and click the like button, because that's a thing. You can always pick up some custom designed Star Wars apparel by following the link in the description below. And we also accept memberships. So if you want to be a scruffy looking Nerf herder, all you got to do is click a little button. I think it's like 99 cents a month. So, it'll help us out. Actually, it won't help us at all, because it's only 99 cents a month. But we
know what? It'll add up, and at some point, we're going to be able to buy us like a cake or something.
Oh, yeah, we got to do a cake. That'd be amazing. All right, until we get that cake and the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, may the Force be with you.
Clearly, none of you are normal.
That could be used in any context when we're involved.
That's why I often go. Watching a show, listening to something.